元気出しなって葵くん。
I was depressed while I was cleaning up after dinner, and Kanako came to comfort me. Why? Why did everyone leave so much
ち
uneaten?
ゃんと美味しかったよ。
For tonight's dinner, Kanako was the only one who ate all of her food. Without exception, everyone else left some uneaten. Tomorrow I'll make food that is even tastier, so tasty that no one will leave anything uneaten. I felt renewed determination, and then the duck came waddling into the dining hall.
ハット先輩、ガンチャース。わわ。そっか、お腹空いてんだね。葵くん、なんか食べるものある？
There are some vegetables left over.
それでいいよ。
Kanako took the leftover vegetables and fed them to Het. Is this duck her pet? Are you allowed to have pets here?
んよ。誰のペットでもないよ。私がここに来る前から住み着いてたの。誰がいつどうして持ち込んだのかは不明。だから、ハット先輩。
So the owner must have been keeping him.
それが違うんだって。いつの間にかいたって言ってたよ。だから、ペットっていうより同居してる感じかな。
Kotori also called him a housemate. It's a mystery. Once she had finished feeding Het, Kanako got out of her seat.
さてと、一風呂浴びるかな。
Don't go walking around in your underwear again, okay?
なんでよ。いいじゃん、夏なんだし。
Yeah, what's his problem? No! Why would you say that? Kanako gave me a quick insult as she left the dining hall. Why does everyone have to insult me just before they leave? I felt a little hurt as I cleaned the dishes. This time it was Kotori poking her head into the dining hall. It was almost as if she was waiting for Kanako to leave before she came in. She doesn't seem to get along well with her, so maybe she really was waiting for her to leave. I thought she might have to come to have dinner, but she appeared to be looking for something. She's looking under the table.
ハット、邪魔よ。
She went around the table once and then came past the counter in front of me.
ね、紙、見なかった？
No, I haven't. What kind of paper?
紙は紙よ。本当に見てない？
She's probably talking about that withdrawal from school notice. Positive. Kotori groaned while staring at my face as if she were trying to see if I was telling the truth. With a straight face, I wiped the dishes with a towel. With no way to check, she went to look elsewhere. I put your dinner in the fridge, heat it up in the microwave and eat it later, okay? I couldn't help lying to her. The thing she was looking for was the withdrawal notice that I had picked up. People were worried that if it carries on like this, she'll stop coming altogether. It looks like she's not really enjoying school. Ageha's words crossed my mind. It looks like Kotori really is planning to drop out of school. What am I doing? Why didn't I give the withdrawal notice back to her? There I stood, not even really understanding these feelings myself. Early in the morning, the doorbell chimed, so I went to open it, and there I saw Ageha. What are you doing here?
本当に寮母さんやってるんだ。
She remarked as she saw me wearing an apron.
ここってさ、魔女の館だよね。うちの学生寮だったんだ。
Ageha focused on the words student dormitory as if questioning their suitability as she gazed at the magnificent entrance. I was surprised too, to think that I would become the caretaker of the place that we used to sneak into when we were kids.
いいなぁ。私も住みたいかも。だってさ、葵と一緒だったら絶対楽しいもんね。
Why did you come here? I asked while guessing that perhaps she had come to invite me to walk to school with her. She is, after all, my #1 best friend.
おっと、そうだ ハバネさんを誘いに来たの。
I was wrong. Miss Elul?
リュウチーさん？
No, it's nothing. While blushing due to the misunderstanding, I looked back towards Kotori's room. Looks like she still hasn't woken up. Even if she gets up now and takes her time eating breakfast, she can still make it with time to spare.
そっか。じゃあ待たせてもらおっかな。ごちそうさま。
There's still some left.
悪いけど朝からこんないっぱい食べれないって。
Yeah, I know that feeling. You're joking, right? I only gave you a little bit.
運動部の子でも朝からこんな山盛りのナポリタン食べないよ。
Oh, yeah, I guess. Kanako ate the whole thing again this morning though. How was the taste?
美味しかったよ。
Really?
ほんと。量が多いから途中で飽きてきたけど。
With good food, it tastes good no matter how much you eat.
あんたの味覚って昔っから大雑把よね。
An unrefined palate? The shock hit me like a bolt of lightning. I hung my head in dismay.
なんでそんなショック受けてんの？
The truth is, Agea had revealed the reason why, since yesterday, the boarders hadn't been eating my cooking properly. I thought I'd ask her opinion, which is why I made Agea some food and got her to eat it. It was made from leftover ingredients anyway.
朝から生姜焼きとかナポリタンとか果てしなく女子受けしなさそうなメニューね。もっとこう爽やかなのはないの？パスタにしてもトマトソース系とか和風にするとかさ。
Cooking for girls is so difficult. Boy or girl, we are all human. Tasty is tasty. That's what I believe. Just as I was seriously troubled by this, I heard the squeaking of turning wheels coming from down the hallway. First, Het the duck came into the dining hall, then Kotori came in after him. It's the opposite of what usually occurs.
なんで私が。
Kotori rubbed her sleepy eyes and started preparing Het's food. It somehow looked as if the hungry Het had woken her up.
さあ、たらふく食って太りなさい。そのうち私があんたを食べてやるんだから。
Not understanding her words, Het cracks happily as Kotori speaks to him and eats his food.
アヒルだ！かわいい！
Kotori notices that Agea is here and instantly opens up her eyes.
これコールダックだよね。テレビの CM で見たことある。ハバネさんが飼ってるの？私の部屋に勝手に住み着いてるだけよ。あなたここで何してるの？ハバネさん最近ずっと休んでるから様子を見に来たんだ。体調はもういいの？先生にでも頼まれたのかしら？そういうんじゃないけど。ねえ、一緒に学校行かない？誰があんたなんかと。
Kotori gave a humph and made another one of those straight faces she's so good at.
でもあんまり休むと授業とか遅れちゃうし、あなたには関係ないでしょ？そうなんだけどね。そうだよね。ごめん。誰も今日休むなんて言ってないじゃない。勘違いしないでね。あなたに言われたから行くわけじゃないのよ。
She's such a tsundere.
じゃあ待ってるね。誰があなたと一緒に行くって言ったのよ。私は一人で登校します。
Kotori said with a straight face, then turned her wheelchair around. Just as she was about to leave, she stopped the wheelchair and turned around.
あなたたち知り合いなの？
Yeah, we are childhood friends.
バカみたい。
It looks like she has an even worse attitude this morning. However, she did say she was going to go to school. After tidying up the breakfast things, I left the dormitory with Agea. On our way to school, somehow our conversation returned to Kotori. Was there a reason why Kotori stopped coming to school?
まあね。ハバネさんって足が不自由でしょ？ 2年で一緒のクラスになった時、そのせいで浮いてるような感じしたから、時々 話しかけるようにしてたんだ。
That's so like Ageha to worry about that sort of thing. If there are any people who don't really fit into the group or are left out, she won't just ignore them. In the past, that's why I started to play with Mabu, so it could have been for the same reason.
けどハバネさんはあの調子でつっけんどんっていうか馴染む気がないみたいなんだよね。
Yeah, I can imagine that somehow.
そんな私とハバネさんのこと見てたクラスの子らがついに怒っちゃって、ハバネさんに物申したのが始まり、クラスの女子 vs ハバネさんの大喧嘩になっちゃって。
When Ageha reminded herself of what happened back then, she warily slouched forward. Ageha's cheerful and has many friends. Kotori, who didn't respond to Ageha's concerns about her, might have been seen as the one in the wrong by those around them. Since then, she stopped coming to school.
そういうこと。いやー、あの時のハバネさんすごかったよ。クラスの女子全員を向こうに回して全然負けてなかったね。
Ageha is waving her arms around like someone from a kung fu movie and passionately tells the story. I decided not to ask her what kind of heroic deeds took place, or for any specific details. Well, I didn't expect that. Even just by saying something in a slightly harsh way, she gets all tearful.
なんでハバネさんうちの学校に来たんだろう。だって授業も全然楽しそうじゃないし、友達も作ろうとしないし。
Maybe her parents made her. The only reason I could think of that was likely was because it has full disabled access. In fact, that could be the main reason.
ああ、なんかしてあげられることないかな。
Looking at Ageha from the side as she puts her hands behind her head and starts thinking things over, I remember the withdrawal notice that I picked up last night. In the spur of the moment, I decided not to give it back and acted like I knew nothing about it. Is she really planning to drop out? It somehow felt like I had picked up some heavy piece of lost property. The two of us both made troubled faces as we walked. A quite strange commotion surrounded us. Most of the other students around us on their way to school were looking in the same direction. Over there was a tall, slender, beautiful girl walking along. Oh, it's her. It was the girl I met in the garage. Everyone was looking at her with curiosity, but it seemed that she had noticed that other people were looking at her. I was looking at her in the same way as everyone else, but Ageha took the way I was looking in the wrong way.
ほうほう、さすがお目が高い。あの人はうちの学校の超有名人にして超留年生、望月天音先輩よ。
The super repeat student? Super repeat student?
そう、もう何年も留年してるんだって。
Is she that stupid? She doesn't look it though.
どっちかっていうと天才？成績トップとかそういう次元じゃなくて、先生ももう教えることは何もないっていうか、たまに教えてもらいに行ってるとかなんとか。
Smarter than the teachers?
それなのになぜか卒業せず学校に居座ってるの。計画的に単位を落としてわざと留年してるんだって。本来規則で認められているよりも余分に留年してるから超留年生。けど珍しいな、朝の通学路で見かけるなんて。
I don't know if she is a genius or not, but she definitely seems like a pretty weird person. Then abruptly, super repeat student Amane Mochizuki-senpai stopped walking and looked up at the sky. Everyone else mimicked her and looked up too. A jet plane flying through the blue sky, pulling its vapor trail along behind it. Everyone soon realized it was a plane and quickly lost interest and started walking again. However, Amane Mochizuki kept on standing there looking up at the plane flying high in the sky. When people came from behind and avoided her like she was in their way, she didn't pay any attention to them either.
行こう。
Sure. Kotori arrived just as our morning homeroom class finished.
遅くなりました。
幅ね、もう体調の方はいいのか？
はい、おかげさまで。
そうか、心配してたんだぞ。
Kotori went past the homeroom teacher, who seemed bewildered that she had come back to school all of a sudden, then, still in her wheelchair, arrived at her desk. The desk right at the front was the only one that didn't have a chair. Everyone looked on, puzzled.
私は動物園の動物じゃないわ。
Now that Kotori was in school, she started her cool allure routine again. She concentrated during the lesson and answered the teacher's questions easily when asked. It seems like her grades in regular subjects are at the top of the class. During recess, she sat at her desk reading a book or going off somewhere. She didn't try to talk to anyone, and even if Ageha tried to speak to her, she acted like she hadn't noticed. The other girls in the class looked like they were worried about how they should treat her and watched her from a distance. During gym class, the way she looked on a board left an impression on me. She always looked like she was all alone and didn't seem to be enjoying herself very much. Hey, Kotori! At lunchtime, I found Kotori carrying her bag about to leave the classroom, and I chased her down the hallway. It's lunchtime, you know? What are you doing? Suddenly, Kotori sped away at an unbelievable speed. What? Hey! In the heat of the moment, I tried to chase her, but I thought I would bump into passing students, and I was too slow to start moving. In the meantime, Kotori had already gotten inside the elevator. According to the school rules, most students are not allowed to use the elevator. Why is that? It was only supposed to be used by workers or teachers carrying big loads or disabled students like Kotori. Even so, I chased after her only for the doors to close mercilessly in front of me. Through the glass, the one with the self-proclaimed cool allure stuck her tongue out and headed to the floor below as I stood and watched. You're not getting away. I ran and made it to the school gates. She was holding her bag. It seemed like she was trying to leave early, so I went to cut her off. However, I can't deny the possibility that her lunch is in the bag. Maybe I got the wrong idea. If that's not it, then what could be the problem? I watched over the school gates like some guardian statue. Something crashed into me from behind. In other words, it came from outside the school gates. Meow! Ouch! What was that? I got up and felt like I was crawling out from under an avalanche. Then I saw a big cardboard box and a girl that had fallen over. Are you okay?
大丈夫。すまない。
Oh, it's
荷
her.
物で前が見えなくて。
Oh! I looked at her as I got up and without thinking I thought I was going to say the super repeat student, but I held my tongue.
君こそどこも怪我はないか？
I'm alright.
そうか、よかった。
She says that the super repeating super senpai what holds onto the big cardboard box.
よっと。ああ、お腹が。
She went to lift the box up, but then Amane Mochizuki senpai slumped down exhausted.
空腹による一時的なパフォーマンスの低下が著しい。
I'll help you carry it. Huh? It's so heavy! The big cardboard box is incredibly heavy.
いいんだ。自分で運べるから。
Come on, it's no deal. I said as I went to pick up it anyway.
あ
Pick it up anyway.
ありがとう。
Is this okay here? I don't know what's in it, but we put the heavy cardboard box on the floor.
悪いな。手伝ってもらって。
That's alright. Anyway, senpai, if you're hungry. She was staring inside of the garage. Senpai? I find myself copying her and looking in the same direction. Inside. Oh, what's Kotori doing here? What's Kotori? What is she doing here? That's what I was asking. She's by the big thing placed in the center of the garage and is trying to lift up the sheet to see what's underneath.
それに興味があるのかい？
Kotori is surprised when Amane speaks to her. Kotori seems intimidated and nods. Amane vigorously pulls back the sheet. Inside is a white, streamlined aircraft. Kotori looked at it, dazed. I say wow as I let a small surprised sound slip out.
これもしかしてグライダー？うん、そうだ。
Amane nodded and Kotori cautiously moved her head closer to the aircraft. Even in the dimly lit garage, the glider's white body had a glossy shine to it, and it faintly reflected Kotori's face. I moved towards it to take a closer look. Is this the one that we saw from Windmill Hill?
多分そう。
But this one doesn't have wings. The smooth surface looks like it was made from plastic, however, it is hard to the touch. The wings had been removed and for now it was just the body.
コックピットはこんな風になってるんだ。
This is amazing. We started talking to each other at some point, but hadn't realized who it was that we were talking to until now. Hey you, why were you running away just now? She calmly ignores my question, but then hurriedly tries to escape, so I go ahead and block her. I won't let you get away. What did you come here for? You are not here to eat lunch, are you?
意地悪なやつが校門で見張ってたからここに隠れてたのよ。
Who might that have been? So she really was trying to leave early.
知り合いかい？
Amane was listening carefully to our conversation. Okay, I think I will end the episode here. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.